Hey, I want to speak on toothless and corrupt government bureaucracies, organizations like uh, TOSHA, the EEOC here in Memphis. And I'm going to name names and be specific about what's going on because I think these situations need to be brought to light because they try and sweep things under the rug and thinking that, hey, nobody's going to listen to you. You don't have a big enough platform. You don't have a loud enough voice to make me do something that I'm supposed to do when I've been doing this my whole career. So let me give you an example. I'm going through retaliation situation with my job, Kellogg's, here in Memphis, Tennessee, and I reported them to OSHA, TOSHA, and EEOC. Now, I'm gonna give you an example of the EEOC first, and I'm gonna name the name here because the senior investigator, the senior federal investigator at the EEOC here in Memphis that handled my case, her name is Patricia Alexander. Now, the reason I'm giving you her name is because she's arrogant and she feel like she don't have to answer for what she's done and the way they've mishandled the investigation or the non-investigation they've done. So basically the way this thing works is you put a complaint in about an employer discriminating retaliation. So they're supposed to investigate. So you present your documents and what they supposed to do in the investigation, they're supposed to contact the employer and say, "Hey, there's been a complaint lies against you, and you have a opportunity to answer these allegations." So your employer has to answer these allegations during an investigation, and they're supposed to submit what's called a respondent's position statement. Now, that respondent's position statement is supposed to be placed in the EEOC portal for me to view when I log on. So when I put my evidence in the portal, is there to view when I log on. So the respondent's position statement is also supposed to be placed in that portal for me to see what the company's response were to my allegation. Well, in this case, um, the company's position statement was never uploaded into the portal, and I kept emailing Patricia Alexander from the EEOC here in Memphis, and she tried to give me some nonchalant answer that didn't have nothing to do with the question I asked her about the respondent's position statement. She said something about a date of hire. You know how they do that. So I kept pressing the issue, and she just keeps ignoring my emails. Like, where's the respondent's position statement? How do you close my case without a respondent's position statement? The respondent position statement was supposed to be uploaded in the portal, and I'm entitled to that. And the reason why I'm standing on this and it's so important to me is because Kellogg's have their own ethics line that we report ethics violations to. And since January of 2023, Kellogg's have ignored my allegations and complaints in their own ethics line, their own ethics portal since January. So they know my allegations are true. So any response could only be an admission of guilt. So they have just completely ignored me and chosen not to answer me at all. And when their policy states all allegations of misconduct shall be addressed promptly. So they disregarded that. So that's why it was so important for me to get the respondent's position statement from Patricia Alexander. But lo and behold, Patricia Alexander, I'm not going to say she's working with the company or she's corrupt or whatever it may be, but she refused to upload the statement in the portal and close my case. So how do you close my case without a respondent's position statement? And then refuse to give it to me when I request it over and over through emails. Now that's with the EEOC. Now, also, I complained, I submitted complaints to TOSHA, which is the local Tennessee faction of OSHA, complaining about faulty propane tanks at Kellogg's that's been there for years, that when you go to open a propane tank to change out the propane tank on the forklift, it shoots propane gas everywhere. The gas is so heavy in the air, it gives you headaches. It shoots all over your body. And it's been like that for years. You have to go through like 3-4 propane tanks in order to not get a faulty tank that's shooting gas on you and giving off these strong odors that give you headaches. So Tosha emailed me back and said, hey, we received your complaint, but we're not going to investigate at this time. What we're going to do is we're going to send your employer a letter addressing these allegations, and we're going to give them 5 days to respond with their own email or letter telling us how they corrected this issue. Now, this issue has been going on for years at Kellogg's. You think this is the first time that someone complained about propane gas being shot all over them or the heavy fumes giving them headaches? So when Tosha responded saying they're not going to investigate, they're going to inform Kellogg there's a complaint, and they can send us a letter saying how they fixed this issue. And they have 5 days. And if they don't send us a letter in 5 days, then we'll investigate. So you mean to tell me all Kellogg's has to do is send you a letter saying, hey, we addressed the problem. Problem solved. No popping up, no looking to check if the allegations are true or not. That's how these bureaucracies roll, and you have to stand on it, and you have to scream from the top of your lungs to get something done. Because these communities, like, everybody is tied in with each other in these communities, and these bureaucracies, these corporations, insurance companies, they all deal with each other on a regular basis, so they get comfortable with each other, and they form friendships. And in the process of forming friendships, they drop the ball and stop doing their job in order to protect their friends. Same way with these media companies. They refuse to report things like this. I've sent notice to Fox 13, ProPublica, and every other news agency concerning these issues, but they refuse to report these issues. I wonder why. But this is how the government covers up for big business, because big business is too big to the economy of the local government. So you and I are expendable. But as long as I have breath in my body, I'm going to fight and I'm going to speak up. I suffer from PTSD, anxiety, depression, panic attacks, high blood pressure from all these issues that I've been dealing with. But guess what? I'm going to continue fighting. I'm fighting for me, but I'm also fighting for you, because if I don't fight for me, I can't fight for you.